Good night, New Jersey. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, somewhere else in the world. Doug Worthen, Chief Instructor, NJ Shields. What's going on? Big ups to our friends, getting more friends. Um, Probably almost 2,000. Hopefully soon. So thank you for that. All the followers that we have on Instagram just as well. Thank God for that. So we're pretty much doing it. And so let's just keep it coming. And tonight, I gave you a time. Said 10 o'clock, but probably like 10:02, 10:03. So forgive me for my tardiness. That's not like me anyway. But anyway, so we welcome your comments tonight. Anything firearms related, self-defense, martial arts related, anything security, law enforcement related. So just comment in. We'll respond back. I got somebody monitoring it, and they'll read it off to me. And if I have an answer for you, if I can answer that, hey, listen, I'll try my best. And if not, I'll find an answer when I come back on, and then I'll probably have an answer for you. So hopefully I should have one if you log in and have any questions tonight. Okay, so I want to talk about today's few topics tonight. So let's just talk about state of New Jersey. Okay, I have been having a lot of feedback from some of the students that is trying to break into the industry, as far as their law enforcement or private security firm, and with licensing and stuff like that. And I've been getting a lot of phone calls, and a lot of students been complaining about certain agencies, about New Jersey, period. Okay, so let's talk about the gun laws here in New Jersey. Some people just need to know, and basically what are your rights are. And it's some of the stuff that I've been hearing from the people is disgusting for these law enforcement agencies to not obey by the law, and and pretty much hold people back. And I've heard people say, I tell people, well, go in there and say this and ask for that. And I heard people say, no, I don't want to do that, because if I do that, and then they're definitely going to hold me back. That's disgusting practice. Okay, so let's understand this. Okay, your Second Amendment rights. Your Second Amendment rights is just as important as your first, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. They're all important to every last American, every last citizen of the United States. Okay, it is your right. Okay, don't let anybody infringe on that whatsoever. Okay, and it's disgusting how these agencies, how they do their own American citizens when it comes to applying for weapon, pistol permits, or just to buy a permit. We live in a state where you actually, every time you need a permit, you actually have to go down there, and here's the form. Let me just break it down to layman terms. Okay, so one, you need what they call firearms ID card. Okay, that firearms ID card allows you to buy long weapons such as shotguns and rifles, and also allows you to buy ammunition in the state of New Jersey. Okay, that card is particularly $5. Okay, and then on the form it'll have quantity of permits that you need. Okay, understand this, that you have a right to get up to 3 permits. 3 permits. The reason why is that you can only use a permit after every 30 days. So if you use one permit, it's 30 days before you use another one. Okay, and each permit only lasts 90 days. It lasts only 90 days. So one permit lasts 90 days. So you have up to 3 permits to get. You can use one permit every 30 days, equal to 90 days. You can't go no further than that, okay, for just 3 permits, okay?
Ex-military SOF community wants to get into the private sector license. What avenue should I take to do so?
Okay, so I'm going to answer your question. So let's hold on to. I'm going to answer your question after I finish explaining these gun laws, right? So, however, after you use each permit, and just say you purchase 3 guns, okay, you get a copy. The local agency that you apply for gets a copy. Okay, the dealer who sold you the gun gets a copy, and the superintendent of the New Jersey State Police gets a copy. Okay, that's the way it goes. Okay, there are some agencies who are doing one thing and selling, when people go to apply, oh, I'm not giving you 3, and crossing out and putting down only 1 permit. Okay, how disgusting that is. Very, very disgusting practice for an agency to do that. Okay, you're not following the laws, you're actually breaking them. That's number 1. Okay, that individual has up to 3 permits to buy. And they can go back and they can apply again. Law enforcement agencies, however, is putting the fear into these people, make people waiting before they apply again, before they want to put another permit or so in. Okay? How disgusting. Because every time you do it, you have to do fingerprints again in the state of New Jersey. That's just their law. Okay? There are certain agencies who are giving out the wrong paperwork, or who is holding back the paperwork and don't want to give it to the individual who requested. Disgusting practice for a law enforcement officer to sit behind a desk and deny a citizen who has no criminal background check. At that moment, we know had no criminal background check, but we only find out when they apply. Okay, let them go through the process, and when you do your investigation, and when the state police does their investigation, and when when NCIC return the NCIC background check comes back to the state police from the FBI, and then they're to tell you if the person has a criminal record or non-criminal record. Okay, they have to ask that on those forms, and if they check that they don't, and it's wrong according to what those forms say, and then therefore if they can be prosecuted from lying on there. Okay, let's do it right. Let's treat our people right, okay? Let's give them the chance. Stop holding them back. It's only their Second Amendment right. It's their Second Amendment right, okay? Let's bless them with that, okay? Type in. Tell me if you agree or not. Hey, these are tough gun laws in New Jersey. They're tough gun laws, okay? A lot of people can't get them. A lot of people can't get it at all, okay? So when you have somebody who's law-abiding, who wants to, for target practice, for career advancement, for just home defense, whatever, so on, give them that right. It is their right, okay? We have no right denying them that until we get their background checks back, okay? Let me know if you agree or disagree. Okay, so to answer the question for the ex-military gentleman that typed in, okay, it's real simple, real easy. Depending on what private sector you want to go. If you want to go domestic, international, or you want to start off both. One, find a security agency that does both. Okay, depending on what your MOS was when you was in the military, okay, will basically state what part of a private sector that you can go if you're talking about international. Okay, so I'm not sure how strong your background is. So I really can't give you an avenue on exactly where you should go or what you should do. So I'll just break it down. Okay, if you're just regular infantry, there are some private sectors that will take you if you have a security background. Okay, well, if you did MP or infantry or military police or something like that, or either, you know, anywhere in the medical field, paramedic, combat paramedic, something like that, combat medic. Pretty much, there's certain agencies that will take you. Okay, however, a lot of these agencies you can actually go to, and they have a training school where they can actually train you. Costs a pretty good penny, but they'll train you, and after you finish being trained, you can go somewhere else and train and have that background where you've been trained for international security, and then also your military, and put it together and find an agency that's willing to say, you know what, this guy qualified. So you start off like that. Domestic, pretty simple. Just follow your state licensing, whatever state that you live in, apply for those licenses. If you have any firearms permits, stuff like that, and then just go further, find a company that's willing to take you, and you can start off domestically. Hope that answers your question. Okay? Any more comments?
T3 security clearance, 18 series. Tyler Harmon, that's the gentleman from the ex-military.
Okay, well, if you have security clearance, trust me, let me explain something to you. Clearance is the #1 thing that they ask for. Sometimes people have to get it, but if you have clearance, trust me, you're on the money. I'll throw out a couple of, if put it like this, I don't want to do it on live, I don't want to say these companies' names, but however, if you leave any information with us, I'll get back to you, and I can actually message you, and I can give you some names of some companies that'll pretty much probably take you, okay? So, let's do that. Leave your information, have somebody monitor it, and I'll definitely send you a message, okay? How does that sound? Good. All right, so now we want to talk about the class that we had today. We had a non-lethal weapons course today. Sorry I didn't put that up. I actually forgot myself, so I got a phone call. Hey, listen, you're teaching this course, okay? Sort of for another company. However, we had a group of 10, all right? So let me just say this, okay? It was good, and I like doing it. But however, we had some people that was willing to give up, okay? And guess my partner, Chief Instructor Robert Thompson, he got in there, and he said, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You done came all the way over here. You done spent your money for the time for training and everything. You done did your firearms training. Now you're ready for your non-lethal. Now you're ready to back out and walk out of here with no certification. And next thing you know, Boom, some heart jumped inside of them, some spirit, some fighting spirit. And one woman said, you know what? I didn't come this way to give up. Spray me again. And guess what? I sprayed her again. And she went through and she fought through and she went through the obstacle course and she ended up winning. Kudos to you. Congratulations. Sometimes it takes somebody with some strong backbone to tell you don't give up on anything. And then second lady, she dropped her belt when she found out it was OC time from going through the baton course, the handcuff course. When it was time for OC, she said, I can't do this. This is not for me. And she stuck around and she watched everybody. Basically, I said, you know what? I can't force you to do it. If you don't want to do it, then fine. Then Chief Instructor got inside her ear because I was busy. And he said, you came all the way over here to say that you can't do it. How do you know you can't do something that you haven't even tried? Okay? Get in there and do it. And he used a little bit of profanity, tell them get their ass in there. But guess what? Sometimes people need that. Get your ass in there. Finish it. Listen, let's not give up. It is your career. It is your advancement. Let's keep going and keep going and keep going to the end. You don't know that you can't take it until you actually do it. Am I right, people? Do it first before you say no, okay? Sometimes it don't be that bad. Shit, when it comes to pepper spray, that shit is hot. Feel like liquid fire. But however, that's fine. It'll be over with. 15, 20 minutes and you're fine. Any questions?
And why is it so hard for security to find armed work if you're not retired law enforcement?
Okay, so let me just say this. Retired law enforcement, former law enforcement, or people who has a strong history in security, those are the ones who actually do get the jobs, okay? However, it really depends on what state. Now, let me just say this, that a lot of people, a lot of security companies really believe that ex-law enforcement can actually always do the job, okay? That is not actually true. It's based on the individual, okay? Sometimes there's certain insurance, sometimes there's certain training that they don't want to give to an individual that just walked off the street. They don't want to do it. They just want to be able to employ that person, put them at a post, and say, well, you know, they have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years of this. So, however, let's just put them out there. A lot of them don't want to train you. A lot of them don't want to have to be, insure you. So, and a lot of them don't, depending on what state, don't want to write the paperwork for you to have the necessary equipment that you can have. Most law enforcement, former law enforcement are able to have certain licensing, stuff like that they get, okay, that the average person will have to be sponsored, they have to get, such as New Jersey. New Jersey, you need a letter of need in order to get a carry permit, in order to work security, okay? Most people, they don't even give it to you. They tell you you need to have it when you apply. And guess what? How are you gonna get it? So you need somebody to sponsor you. Sometimes most people will train you and you have to pay for that training, and they'll submit a letter of need with the training, and then therefore you'll get your carry permit, and you can actually go out there and you can freelance and work for plenty of different companies on that one carry permit, but you also have to receive a letter of need from them. So they're willing to give you a letter of need if you already have a carry permit in the state of New Jersey. New York, pretty much, a company has to write you a letter of need. If you don't own a gun, there's a gun custodian who will give you a gun, and you'll work with that gun until you leave, and you have to turn it in. So different states, different things. New Jersey, you have to have your own weapon in order to work on security. Hope that answers your question.
Will you actually give them the licenses?
Okay, so let's talk about that. What does NJ Shields does? NJ Shields do train and give out certain licenses. Yes, we do. We have certain packages for letters of need, for handcuff, pepper spray, baton certifications. Yes, we do. But however, is based on a recruitment level, okay? So, however, you go through the course and whatever package that you choose, we can actually help you out. Yes, we do. Yes, we can. And we can actually give you a job or either job placement. It really, really depends. So we will only know when you sit down at the interview and submit your resume and go through that training. So I can't tell you, yes, we'll do that exactly for you. It's a process that you have to go through. But we do have everything that everybody needs in order to make it in this industry. Yes, we do. Any other questions? Okay, so good. So now we want to bring back up what we talked about last night, I believe it was, okay, about our K9 unit, our K9 division. Okay, we do have a 7-month-old Belgian Malinois female puppy, shits and obedient trained, okay, that we're selling. If you're interested, please let us know. Contact NJ Shields. Let us know if you're interested. This pup is real good with if you a serious handler, if you want a working pup, you just have to be serious when it comes to working. Okay, if you're using just for a personal dog at home or a pet, whatever, so on, it'll be good too. Good with children, never done anything to kids. Okay, the natural instinct will kick in with the dog for personal protection, or you can have the dog trained by a professional or personal protection. You can. Okay, so let us know if you're interested. Like I said, Belgian Malinois, female puppy, 7 months old. Okay, name Isis. If you're interested, let us know.
Taylor Herman says yes on the Belgium. How much?
Okay, so what's his name?
Taylor Herman.
Okay, Mr. Herman, glad you're interested. So listen, certain things I don't like to say on live. So guess what? Send us your contact information and I'll contact you and we'll talk about it and I'll let you know exactly how much it is if you're interested. Okay? Just leave us your information. If you have NJ Shields, we'll give it to you. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, good. So, however, let's go through. Anybody in the surrounding areas, just remember, we have the best prices on everything. The best prices on training. The best prices on servicing. Best prices on consulting. So let's start all over again. Glock, certified armorers, we have the best prices. If you're in the surrounding area, call us up, bring your Glock to me, we'll service it. Okay? SIG, P320, certified armorer. If you have one, need service, bring those weapons to me, we'll service it. We have burst service in town. Trust me. Also, Smith & Wesson, XD, what's that? SDV 40s and 9s. We can service those just as well. Those 3 particular brands. So bring them all down to NJ Shields. We'll service. We have the best prices, trust me. And it's no long waiting list. Once you drop it off, we'll have that, boom, within 24 hours right back to you. Okay? So let us know. Okay?
Jake Torres asked, Sora class itself, how much?
Okay, so, excuse me, you're beginning and you're just first starting off, $250. Okay, not a bad price. You pay for the class, fingerprints, and the state police, all information on the state police, take your pictures and everything, and guess what? Get your 30-day and you're all set up. All right? So just give us a call, come down and see us, let us know. Make an appointment, we'll have a class set up just for you and other people come into the class and learn a bunch of good things when it comes to this business, not like other classes. So, like I said, give us a call. You have NJ Shields' number. Leave us your information. We'll contact you, right? Okay, any other questions regarding that?
Renewals, how much?
Okay, so renewals, how much of our renewals? 130. 130? Okay, remember, renewals, fingerprints, state police, and half of the price of the classroom. Okay, all right, good. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, so good. Now let's go on to let's go back to what's going on out here. So New Jersey been having excuse me, in Newark, New Jersey has been having a lot of shootings lately. Okay, and I pretty much narrowed down. A lot of people not gonna like what I'm gonna say tonight, but it's all right. That's the reason why we're going live. That's the reason why people comment in. Okay. I think some of the problem is, most people be like, oh, guns is guns. Well, no. I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? It's a bunch of things. You just can't blame it on one entity. So half of the time, the state is not given a right for people to protect themselves with their gun, okay? People can't protect themselves. That's number one, okay? Number two, in order, if you want a society to change, you must educate and put resources in that community for that society to change. Education, job training, job placement, okay? And of course, we're gonna have some criminals that ain't gonna want job training or job placement or be educated whatsoever. But you know what? We can shrink those numbers if we put more into our community and educate them. I believe an educated society is a fast-growing society, okay? So let's try to do that first, okay? I know people are gonna comment in or have something to say about what I said, and that's fine. I like dialogue. I like to hear what people have to say. Maybe I may see something that you may see different, okay? And trust me, it's all about opinions, all right? Good. So, any comments coming in? No, nothing. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to really actually touch back on was the firearms beginning part. Excuse me while I have my head down. I'm just checking some things here. So now let's go back to firearms. All right. Now, however, we must understand that there is a difference between state firearms law and federal firearms law. Okay? So, however, we need people, you need to be careful when it comes to firearms and when it comes to federal firearms law and your state firearms law. Okay? There are different laws governing firearms. Okay? Most people get caught up and they get themselves caught up in a situation where they're following federal firearms law, but guess what? They're not following their state firearms law. Okay? People who are leaving one state, going to another state, please understand what states you're crossing. Please understand what state that you're moving to. Okay? So, now let's talk about New Jersey. Okay? There's been a lot of discrepancies about, well, I'm leaving this state where it's a gun-friendly state, but I'm moving to New Jersey. I don't even know why would you want to do that. Well, your reasons, you have them. You have them. Okay? It could be a lot of reasons. Okay? I can't stop you. Okay? And that's fine. So let's follow this basic federal firearms law and state law from New Jersey. Okay? Federal firearms law says that you can transport your firearms from one state to another state by keeping those firearms locked in a lockbox with ammunition separate and not accessible to you or anybody else in a vehicle or either how you transport it. It need to be away and it need to be locked, okay, and not accessible, okay? So just say, hypothetically, you're leaving North Carolina and you're moving to New Jersey. Once again, I don't know why you would do that, but when you get to New Jersey, understand this, is that it is not illegal to possess a firearm in the state of New Jersey. It is not illegal, okay? New Jersey state says, long as the firearm was lawfully, legally possessed anywhere in the United States. Legally possessed, okay? And it was brought to that state. Now, however, when you bring that firearm to the state, that firearm must be locked in your residency. You cannot use it from home defense, okay? If you take it to the range, no one's gonna ask you for a federal a firearms ID card. Excuse me, we hot tonight. We've been hot for a while tonight. Okay, no one's not gonna ask you for that, but if you need to buy ammo, they're gonna ask you for that card. So you won't be able to buy ammo if you don't have the card, and then if you don't have that card, you won't be able to look at guns at a gun store. You need that card, okay? Now, however, if you apply for that card and apply for more permits, guess what? Can you still use that gun for home defense? No, there is something called the voluntary form. What you do is you get that form, and when you get that form, you fill that form out, and you volunteer the information of that firearm. Make, model, serial number, caliber, what state you obtained it in, where at you obtained it, whether it's a pawn shop, a gun store, the name, the street, and everything. And once you turn that in, guess what? That gun is now registered with the state of New Jersey. I'm gonna tell y'all guys this. Do not do that. Okay? Do not do that. All right? You registering it. It's already legally registered. You just can't use it for anything. I say go through the channels, apply for your federal firearms ID card in the state of New Jersey, apply for permits, get a new gun. 1, 2, or 3, it's your choice. Okay? Now, if you want a voluntary so you can use it for work, and then go ahead, you can do that. But you don't have to do that. There's nothing that's saying you must register that firearm. You just can't use it. Right? Okay.
Taylor says, what's the purpose if you cannot use it for home defense?
What's the purpose? I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question with that. I don't know. Like I said, buy a gun that's with a permit in the state of New Jersey. Okay? Use that for home defense. Okay, that's what I say. Okay, everybody's purpose is different. Okay, you don't have to follow mine. I'm just saying. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so now let's move back on to these federal firearms law. So just remember, federal firearms law is different than state. So depending on what state you're going to, you must find out what their laws are. Now, there are certain laws governing concealed carry. Now, however, if you do have a concealed carry from one state, please do not come to New Jersey or New York City thinking that, hey, you can carry this gun. Okay? You're going to find yourself jammed up real quick. Okay? So the reason why we talk about it, because it happens all the time. Okay? It happens all the time. And the judge sit back and you're like, I didn't know. And the judge's going to say, that's not a defense. Okay? You're not knowing. So let's know. Let's know. Okay? So we won't get jammed up with that. All right? Good. Okay. So what else do we have to type? Anybody else tagged in sending messages? Okay. Good. So we want to move on to training in your state. Training in your state. Okay. If you need or want NJ Shields to come to your state and conduct a workshop, a seminar, please contact us. Let us know what state you're in, what kind of workshop or seminar you would like for us to come and do. And we're willing to do that seminar. We're willing to do it. Okay? We actually call us up. We actually have the forms we'll send out to you. And you'll fill those forms out, and we'll do the necessary contacting, and we can see if we can make that happen. We'll send some numbers on pricing and stuff like that, and come out there and hope that you'll enjoy the seminar workshop. We're actually going to be hosting, hopefully soon in the future, some seminars and workshops for out-of-state people to come and be part of these workshops. Okay. Right now, we're doing a lot of hosting these workshops and seminars in Maryland. We're about to head to Connecticut and host a firearms training there, okay, and upstate New York. And we actually, you won't believe it, I'm waiting for a call back for New York City. Can you believe it? New York City. Mm-hmm. New York City. Mm-hmm. Don't come to our city unless you're the NYPD city. Okay? That's crazy, isn't it? As a matter of fact, let me tell you a story while I came on my mind. So, I know this gentleman who's a federal agent. Okay? So, he's part of ICE, and he's in the New York field office, and him and some other federal agents go into the city. I think it was Brooklyn, son. No, I think was it the city, the city itself, not Brooklyn, but the Manhattan itself, something like that. I think it was. Okay, and I'm from New York, and I'm forgetting. Okay, they surrounded a house, and they went to the local precinct, told the watch commander that they was going to be in the area. Right? They get over there, do they raid? He's standing outside of the house in the backyard, make sure nobody jumps out the window or try to escape. And NYPD officer rolls up on him, draws down on him, makes him get down on the ground and point his weapon at him. And the gentleman that I know said, hey, he said, I had my vest on. It had, ice on it. Had a jacket, had ice on it. He said, I had my badge around my neck. He said, I had my thigh rig on and everything. He said, I had my radio attached. And he said, God put me and my partner down on the ground. And he said, I screamed out, I'm a federal agent. I'm ICE. He said, the officer said, what the hell is ICE? Get down on the ground. Oh, God. Hey, man, listen, sometimes you got to forgive them. Sometimes you got to forgive them. Some just don't know. They just don't know. Gotta forgive them. Unfortunately, the person that they was looking for end up getting away, you know, and they had to do their surveillance all over again. You know, I guess that's the name of the game. But listen, guys, I understand that sometimes, you know, they just don't know. But the ones who just don't know, it's good that you're on point. But we need to be careful. We really, really need to be careful. There's a lot of agencies out there, that agencies you wouldn't believe, okay? Agencies you wouldn't believe who are commissioned. Agencies you wouldn't believe who are non-commissioned that probably do the same thing you do, and it's non-commissioned, you know, in the private industry. You know, there's a lot of agencies out there, private agencies that actually work right along with the feds and, you know, and joint task forces and all different types of agencies. And it's like, you know, we don't expect to know all of them. So, you know, let's not be hard with each other, you know, whether, you know, it's commissioned or non-commissioned. You know, we all under the same umbrella, under the same team. Some of us, like myself, who is commissioned and non-commissioned at the same time, because I'm commissioned and I do a lot of private stuff just as well, you know, every day actually, but also commissioned, you know, and I work with a lot of guys who are commissioned. I work with some guys who are not commissioned, but they're still my colleagues, you know. They still put their life on the line, you know, just as well, and have to go home to their families, you know. So let's be cordial with each other. Let's respect each other. Let's have that love for each other, because at the end of the day, there's going to be somebody who's going to just jump out and save our lives and be part of the action when it happens. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, let's be cordial. Let's not be so hard on each other. But also, let's self-educate each other and say to ourselves, listen, you know, sometimes there's a better way to handle, you know, this situation. You know. Excuse me for a minute. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your message. Patrol, dispatch, go with your message, Kay. Okay, so, however, let's keep the cameras rolling. Just give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry.
I'm good.
Receive. All right, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm still actually at work, and I do this all the time while I'm at work. So I just knew it will be one day where they come over the radio. So excuse me again. I'm sorry. So like I was saying, that, you know, we all under the same umbrella, all trying to assist and make things better, and as far as safety, and you know, so we all part of industry. You have guys who start off private, next thing you know they go commissioned, local police, state police, federal, whatever, so on, you know, and then you have people who are, you know, commissioned, and when they retire they go to private, you know. So it's like it's a rotating, you know, door. It's a rotating door. So, you know, hey, listen, when we rotate through that door, let's hold hands together. Let's hold hands together, all right? And that's all what I have to say about that. Any comments? Do we have anybody logging in? Okay. So, you know, all our viewers, like I said, you know, thanks for viewing in. This, trust me, guys, it's not easy just getting up here and trying to, you know, spread the information, you know, as far as, you know, what everybody needs, and being a young company, as far as training, not far as services, but as far as training services, you know, a young company, okay, and starting off in the training. A lot of us are very old in the training, but NJ Shields is actually, you know, a little bit newer to the game, okay, as far as you know, business wise, okay. But however, the people who are running it has been in business with other companies and still in business with other companies for 25 years or more. So they know what they're doing. They really, really do. They know what they're doing. So the same professionalism that they have with, you know, any other service, by them starting NJ Shields, you're going to get the same good service that, you know, if you have ever, you know, witnessed or ever been part of these other companies that they actually run, okay? And if you know them already, you're going to get the same thing with NJ Shields, because NJ Shields is just a branch off of all the other companies. That's all it is. That's all it is. Is multiplying. It's giving birth to one company, it's giving birth to another company. So it's just companies just giving birth to multiple companies. And guess what? Just to service our community, just to service our state, just to service our country, okay? That's the way you do it. And that's what we believe in. We believe in spreading this love. And, you know, there's most people, I won't say any names, you know, they spread this love all because they're concerned about their pockets. You know what I'm saying? You know, their pockets. Let's water this down. I'm not gonna do this. Let's water this down and let's get this, you know, money right here and let's get this money right there. We're not about that. We're not about that. What we do, we make a living off of. But however, it's not about lining our pockets. Okay? If I have to line my pockets and water things down, and then guess what? I'm not even going to give you anything because I don't want to put you out there and endanger yourself. Okay? When we teach NJ Shields, we teach very, very thorough. Very thorough. So guess what? You will have the tools and you have the, you know, the techniques when you go out there and be in the streets, and you will know how to apply these techniques and apply these principles and know how to survive. That's what we're all about. Okay, so remember us. Don't forget us, NJ Shields. All your tactical training needs, job placement, everything. Okay, all information, firearms, non-lethal, everything. So give us a call, guys. Okay, anybody logging in? Any questions? Good. So I just want to say to y'all guys, thanks for coming on. I really don't have anything else to talk about. And you know, guess when y'all guys think of something, you can always send me messages, whether it's on live or not on live, okay? And let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. All those guys who had questions earlier, please leave your contact info, please, especially when it comes to the Belgian Mountain. Did they leave their contact info? They did? Okay, so we're gonna get back to you with the Belgian Malinois pup. We're gonna get back to you about the Tier 3 security clearance and what companies that I think that you should be looking at and that you should contact, and go from there. You know, listen, there's nothing wrong asking for this information. We don't mind giving up information. You know, we don't mind. You know, the thing about it is that we don't want to hold anybody back. We don't care who you are and where you're from. You know, and listen, it's all about spreading the love. Okay, it's all about spreading American love. It's all about spreading world love. That's what it's about. Okay, if you're a good person, listen, trust me, we all down for that. Okay, if you're a bad person, stay away from NJ Shields. We don't want the negative energy. We don't want the, listen, what you put into the universe is what you get back, right? We only put in blessings and good things into the universe. We're not putting negativity. All the negativity, it can stay out of it. You're a bad person, got negative, listen, don't even come into our equation, because guess what? We got a force field around. We only want good people. We only want to help good people. We're only going to train good people. Okay? Anybody have any ulterior motives about doing anything? And guess what? We're going to be on your ass. Just as well everybody else out there is going to be on your ass. Okay? Much love to you. Okay? Our followers, our friends, everybody who view, all your questions and everything. Okay? NJ Shield, Chief Instructor Doug, or Chief Instructor Rob Thompson. Okay? Peace.